Yellowstone, a majority of what we did was drive around. It's such a huge park, so to cover a lot of it, you literally have to just drive from the west to the east and the north to the south. And we did the best we could with 3 days of being in Yellowstone to try and cover as much ground as we could in the Jeep. Which meant needing a lot of jams and some in-car entertainment. You can't possibly go to Yellowstone without going to see Old Faithful. Jesse had the hardest time not throwing the fishing line into all of the rivers and all of the creeks that we saw in Yellowstone, but he did get to fish. It just took by the third day. West Yellowstone was where we entered. It's also where we camped and spent most of our time. So we're a little biased to say that we think it's probably the prettiest part of Yellowstone. Okay, so the best part of the entire trip, pretty much our whole first 6 months of motorhoming, was this moment when we finally saw a bear in the wild right next to us. It was amazing and terrifying and amazing. The only reason we were actually able to see this bear, though, is because we got up at 4 in the friggin' morning, left camp, and drove into Yellowstone super early, and it was honestly the best decision we could have done. I'm so glad Jesse got Rook and I out of bed, so we got to see the sunrise in Yellowstone, which was so beautiful, and bears and tons of other wildlife. one bear wasn't enough because it was a black bear, and there's black and grizzly bears in Yellowstone. So we went to East Yellowstone, where there's reports of having grizzlies and wolves, which is on Jesse's bucket list of seeing a wolf in the wild. So we drove all the way to East Yellowstone, and that's where we actually saw a grizzly. Aside from all the wildlife in Yellowstone, it is filled with geysers. Smelly, stinky, boiling, bubbling geysers. Even with the terrible smells, though, some of these geysers were just insanely beautiful. And that's all. That was our 3 days in Yellowstone. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.